The topic is multiplying complex numbers. Alright, so let's do the first example. First thing we need to look at the definition. Most important thing, you need to know that I squared is equal to -1. And this is the formula for a minus bi times a plus bi. But we're not going to use it here for this example. Alright, for the first example, we need to evaluate 2 minus 7i times 2 minus 3i. So first thing is, we're just going to FOIL. So 2 times 2, well, let me write it down here. 2 minus 7i times 2 minus 3i. So like I said, 2 times 2 will be 4. And then minus times minus is plus. So plus, -7 times -3 is plus 21. Oops. Let me do this one more time. Get rid of this. So 2 times 2 is 4 minus 2 times -3i is minus 6i. And then multiply -7i by 2 will give you -14i. And then multiply -7i by -3i will be plus 21i squared. Now again, look at the definition. I squared is -1. So 4, and then combine these terms. -6i minus 14i is -20i. Plus 21, and I squared is -1, which is equal to 21 times -1 is -21. So it's 4 minus 20i minus 21, and then add these numbers. 4 minus 21 is -17. So -17 minus 20i. So this is equal to -17 minus 2i. Alright, so let's do another one. For this one, we have two options. We could FOIL, or we could just use this formula. It looks like a minus bi. So my a happens to be what? A is 3. We could also FOIL it, we get the same answer. And then b happens to be 2, right? So we could have just says this is equal, a squared is 3 squared plus b squared is 2 squared. 4 plus 9 is 13. Or we could FOIL it. Let's FOIL. Let's see what we're gonna get. 3 times 3 is, we'll get the same answer, is 9. Right? And then plus 3 times 2i is 6i. And then minus 2i times 3 is minus 6i. And then minus 2i times plus 2i is -4i squared. Now 6i minus 6i cancel. So 9 minus 4, I squared is -1. Which is equal 9 minus 4 times -1 is plus 4, which is 13. So we got the same answer. So if you want to do it the shortcut, memorize this formula. Alright, now let's do the next example. Again, we need to distribute 4i. This is going to be 4i times 1, which is 4i, plus 4i times 6i. 4 times 6 is 24. I times I is I squared. And this is equal 4i plus 24. Remember, I squared is -1, which is equal 4i. 24 times -1 is minus 24. We have to write it in the form a plus bi. So it's -4 plus 4i. Remember, complex number has to be written in the form a plus bi. Alright, so let's do one more. Last example. Again, this is equal to what? 2 times, we're going to FOIL, times 5 will be 10. 2 times -3i will be minus 6i. 6i times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. It's 30i. 6i times negative 3i is minus 18i squared. Combine like terms, so it will be 10 minus 6 plus 30 is plus 24i minus 18. I squared is negative 1. And then this is going to be what, 18, so it's 10 plus 24i minus 18 times negative 1 is plus 18. Add these two numbers. 18 plus 10 is 28 plus 24i. And that's the solution. And that's it.